Hello, this is Professor Brown-Sederberg, and I'd like to demonstrate the exit method of the system class. The exit method causes a program to close. Upon execution, that exit method terminates your program. Now, I have the start of a program here, and it's named DemoExit. You'll note that I import java.util.scanner, declare a string named valid password and give it a value, and another string called user input. I also declare and create an instance of the class scanner named keyboard. Now what I'd like to do is give the user an opportunity to enter in their password, to test it against the valid password that I have hard-coded here, giving them only one chance. If they enter the correct password, I'll give them a message telling them that they have done so. If not, I'll exit the program. So here I have the line asking them to enter their password. We get that string as entered by the user through this call to next line, and we store it into user input. Now, I'm only going to give the user one chance, so this will be a simple if. That is, if it is true that the password as entered by the user input, is equal to the valid password hard-coded in the program, then we will tell the user that they've entered a valid password. Otherwise, we'll just exit the program. So here we see that I have my if statement, and my condition will be this. I'm going to test if valid password is equal to the password that was entered by the user, and that's user input. Now we know that valid password is a string, and as a string I cannot use the comparator, the double equal sign. I must use the string method equals, and I will pass as an argument what I want to compare valid password to. So I'll pass user input. Here's my if statement, my condition. Is it true that valid password is equal to the user input? If it is, I'll take some action. And what I'll do is I'll just do a system.out.println statement, and I'll say valid password entered. Correctly spelling password. If not, here's my else. And with my else, what I'll do, I can tell the user that an invalid password was entered, so I'll cheat a little bit. Paste that into that space, and I'll say invalid. And then I'll exit the program with a system.exit. Now, if I pass to system.exit, I indicate that I have normal termination. And that's pretty much true. I've said I want to terminate this program, and that's what I'm doing here. Any number other than 0 means a non-normal termination. We typically pass 0. That's a normal termination. I've called exit on purpose. We pass a 0. Now, as this program is written, I see that I'll print this to the user if they enter in a valid password. If not, I'll print this and then exit the program. But it really isn't testing. It's not going to demonstrate what I want to show because it ends here. Well, it also ends, if they enter in a valid password. I want to see that I have a statement down here. Let's just do something like this. And we'll say thank you. We'll say you are allowed access to the files. Now, this will only print if the user entered in a valid password. You see, if they entered in an invalid password, I'm going to be out right here. Program will exit. I'll never print this out. If, however, they've entered in a valid password, this will print. I'll skip the else and I'll come down to here. So let's see if this will compile. And it does, and let's run it. And so I know that I have a valid password, and I really put in a complex password here. Let me give an invalid one. And it says invalid password, and this is what I get. I've gotten a message that says you've terminated the program. So my exit, called exit, has worked correctly. Let me just test again, and I'll enter in my valid password, which is P, ampersand, dollar sign, W, and then a 0, and an R and a D. That looks about right. And it says valid password entered. You are allowed access to the files. So I see that this else has been skipped. My exit has not been called, and I'm down here to this executable line of code. So this has been a demonstration of a call to exit. It terminates a program. It ends it. When you execute that line, you're done. We typically pass a 0 to it. This is normal termination. If I passed another number, let's just pass a 1, we'll compile it, and we'll run it. And you'll see that I will enter in an invalid password, and it just tells me that 1 was passed. So this is a demonstration of the exit method. Thank you.